Most people believe that if they read something, they know it. I was most people until I realized that I couldn't be farther from the truth. I used to spend hours on the internet consuming articles, videos, books, and more. Unsurprisingly, all that did was leave me feeling saturated and overwhelmed. I left each day with a false sense of accomplishment and no real knowledge. Ironically, I spent every day looking for these helpful articles, tools, and techniques. But when I actually worked on projects where I could use this help, I could never find these resources. To make it all worse, I'm also easily curious. And by that I mean, I don't have black and white boundaries to my interests. I like knowing about, well, everything. And while that comes as a handy tool to me as a designer, I often found myself getting into the deep rabbit hole called the internet. I spent countless minutes aimlessly reading anything and everything that showed up on my different news feeds. Content overload. When you fail to set intentions for your daily reads, you consume content from anywhere and everywhere. You may read one article on how to adopt daily habits, another on which houseplants you should buy, and a third on a roundup of the best fashion trends of 2020. You force your brain to work harder by making it constantly jumping from topic to topic. You've now spent 30 minutes. You've read too much. And your takeaway is your habits are self-destructive. You should buy a snake plant, and your wardrobe needs a desperate makeover. What does this do for you? Close to nothing. So, what was the solution? I could not have stopped consuming content because that would mean I would stop growing. To overcome this challenge, I started setting out 15-20 minutes in my day for some intentional browsing. And through this system, I created an entire database of resources that I actually use and retain. This is how you can do the same. Weirdly, this makes me feel possessive about those 15 minutes and how strategically I use them. It also helps me steer clear of any distractions within that time frame. 2. Get the Musly Chrome extension. I cannot swear by this enough. I started using this in January 2021, and it has been an absolute game changer. As a graphic designer, most of my browsing revolves around new projects, design interviews, trends in the industry, and tools and techniques. Using this extension creates a feed of exactly those topics every time I open a new tab on Chrome. It also allows you to enter your website preferences to tailor your feed. 3. Stop bookmarking everything. I'm a hoarder by nature. I used to hoard fancy erasers as a kid, moved on to pretty sheets of paper as I entered design school, and now it's links on the internet. And like a typical hoarder, I could never get myself to use that heap I collected. This helped me sort through my mental clutter and figure out what was actually useful. Here's what this helped me achieve. 1. Having something to refer to. It might